here's the thing. Like, I stared at that ass a little bit.
So did
too
I.
long. I don't know about you. I was like, whose ass?
I was like, that's
is
a
that?
man's ass. Welcome to another episode of Nerd Social Hour in Texas, where we like to geek out on all things within the fandom itself. Today we're going to look at the San Diego Comic-Con, everything that was released, what we're excited for. But I can't do that by myself. Of course, I'm with my shitty friends.
It's your boy Danny.
Sound effects. Just got here. It's Fabian, the comic
Fabian's
guy.
here.
It's Crystal.
I'm Alex.
What's up, guys? It's Perkins.
I saved
How
you for
doing?
last, hoping you wouldn't say anything. Fair enough. All right, guys. So San Diego Comic-Con's wrapping up, and there's been so much that's been released. I mean, it's so big that we honestly weren't even going to come in and talk about Marvel or anything like that today, but it feels like it's necessary.
We were actually going to do the opposite.
Yeah,
do an episode that was anything but Marvel.
But here we are. I could tell you, I mean, probably one of the biggest things that's dropped, for me at least, was the Black Panther trailer. It was massive. This movie, I
Yeah,
feel
that
like,
was huge.
Absolutely.
and I've gotten into a bad habit of saying this one's going to be the one every movie that's come out so far. Like, I
Yes.
really thought Ragnarok was going to be it, but I feel like the tone that I've been wanting, what I missed in Ragnarok, or what I missed in Love and Thunder,
Yeah.
is finally here. Plus, you get like Hispanic and representation in Wakanda Forever, which kind of means a little bit to me. You know, I'm excited to see what they did with Namor and that culture in general. It just looks badass.
Yeah.
It's gonna be dope. I want to see what surprise drop they're gonna do for the casting. Like, I want the Black Panther to come out. Like, I know there's so many people out there like, don't recast him. I understand. He was a fucking amazing.
Talented, brilliant, incredible, amazing, show-stopping, spectacular, never the same, totally unique.
Man, actor, everything. But like the story itself, I feel like there's so much more to be told with Black Panther. And there's so many theories that come out with like how they can replace him, who can replace him. And like, this is something that I've been questioning the whole time. I want to see who they're going to put in that suit. Who's going to carry that fucking mantle like that. Like, it's going to be hard on anybody.
Some
that
giant
choose.
shoes to fill, honestly.
It is. I feel like it's going to be, and I was against it, and admittedly, I still kind of am, but I think it's going to be Shuri. I think she's going to be the next person in the Black Panther.
I definitely think they're
like,
going to
for
do
this
like,
movie.
for sure.
But I feel
Shuri's
like
gonna
that-
take it for a little, and then they might pass.
I think it might be transitional. Like, I feel like it was talking about in the trailer, like losing everything, and it showed, I can't remember her name, but Black Panther's love interest.
Yeah.
I'm kind of throwing a shot in the dark
I
here.
remember
that,
her real name.
Right, that maybe she's pregnant with his heir, and eventually they're going to transition that back to T'Challa's like family, I guess. Even though I guess Shuri is family, but
Yeah.
I wasn't necessarily against her being Black Panther, because obviously I know that she does eventually become Black Panther. But I feel personally that T'Challa's not Chadwick's, but T'Challa's story wasn't finished.
Yeah.
Like, he had just started, you know, and to just get rid of that character, like, it kind of, like, to me, it kind of sucks. Like, I personally wish there was a recast for him. Obviously, that's like a
subject.
It's a very touchy subject.
I get it, and
I think it could be a division, or like the opinions come from the people who are invested in like the comics and the people who were introduced to it by the movies.
Yeah.
So I was introduced to it by the movie. So to me, T'Challa is Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah.
But obviously there's like a whole other story and a whole other, like, there's more to tell. That's probably where some people are like, well, I don't want him to recast it, because to me that is the character.
it makes sense, and it's a very sensitive subject, because you either sound potentially insensitive for saying you want him recast,
Which is
or
unfair.
It is unfair.
No,
That's
yeah.
completely
Yeah,
unfair.
it's-
Like, because people want to follow that story of his character.
Right.
I don't
Yeah.
like that.
No,
I don't think that's fair at all.
I don't either, and again, that's why it can be potentially, you know, like a touchy thing, because there have been people when I've expressed this opinion, well, you're being insensitive. No, I'm not, because I'm not diminishing Chadwick Boseman's life.
Right.
No, yeah.
I'm
Don't
talking
get me
about
wrong.
a character
I love.
the
he
character.
played.
Yeah.
And there was something that said that they haven't officially, like, and again, last night after the trailer came out, I went and watched like as many videos trying to get as much information as I could about it. And somebody pointed out that masks are worn by a lot of the characters in the movie. So people from Atlantis, because they have to, they're sea dwellers. They don't
Yeah, they
really
need to
breathe.
breathe.
But it was mentioned there's a part where she's like meeting the UN, and a lot of them are wearing masks. they're like on a boat and some of them are wearing masks. It's kind of far-fetched, but somebody said that they might be using the pandemic as a way to say that's what happened to T'Challa.
They're gonna have
died
to do
of something
like that. It would make sense.
Yeah, you can't ignore. You can't just be like, well, he had this and this is why. You have to address it.
They got to do it right. Otherwise, people are going to be very upset if they do it in the wrong way. Like that's my biggest fear with it is like
without going too far out of context and stuff. I was just telling them before this, like when they did that in the comics, when they related an actual death to one of the biggest superheroes at the time, Captain Marvel, but not Carol Danvers. It was the original.
Marvel.
Yeah. So when he died of natural causes, cancer.
Right.
You had the superheroes come together. Like they had just got done fighting Thanos, and they just realized, like, holy shit, like this is still really real life.
Right.
It's still human. So like Captain America like held the funeral and everything. Like real shit
superheroes
happens.
dying isn't
the real world.
Like comic book superheroes die all the time, and I think that's something that we've missed a little bit. And I know it's running the risk of sounding insensitive. In Civil War, Captain America died in the original comic run, but I think that they didn't do that in the MCU because first, Chris Evans was just a massive actor. People loved him, but I don't feel like we were necessarily ready for characters dying in those movies yet like that. And I think this could potentially open a door for us to like Tony Stark's death and now, Black Panther, where you do see those heroes being human. And I think that could even add an element that we were missing, where death is real and it's even real for those that have superpowers.
Yeah.
Oh, someone said earlier, I don't know if it was you or someone. It was like all the Wakanda technology couldn't.
That was me.
Yeah, I was like, damn, that's a point right there.
Yeah.
What were you saying?
I said all the Wakanda technology can't save you from cancer.
Yeah, I was like, fuck, how are they gonna tell this story? Because that right there is like,
it's true though, because like there was a scene where they pulled a bullet out of a dude's back and they were like, we got this.
He's not dead.
Think about Thor the new Thor movie. How did what was her name?
Jane.
How did she die?
Jane Foster.
Yeah.
She was like cosmic ass cancer or something.
Yeah.
And maybe that's why they did that though, to kind of reintroduce like superheroes dying of things that are still human.
Okay. Something good came
that's
from the
true.
movie.
I was like,
not much, but that.
When she died at the end, I was like, no.
Well, because it would have been super easy at the end.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. Sorry. It would have been very easy at the end of Love and Thunder for Thor to like run over Gore and be like, nah, I'm coming in here first. And be like, she doesn't die.
True.
Yeah.
But
again, get out of here.
Make it
evil
human.
Uncle
You
Fester.
pass that torch.
Yeah.
That'd be good. I would love that. That's a very human aspect to bring into it. You have all these powers, but you can't. Well, they're not the Hulk.
For them,
I think
it's real
Hulk
life.
could be immune. Hulk's immune to cancer, ain't he?
Yeah.
I feel like
all
Hulk,
that shit.
Hulk's immune.
You're not Hulk though. You're still human in a suit, so you're gonna die.
Man.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sad.
I feel
God.
like for like T'Challa's character, I feel like what they could do is in other movies they've taken characters before that like in the comic books did one thing but they didn't have the rights or they weren't able to make that make sense.
Yeah.
So they had a different character step in to take over whatever that role was supposed to be, just like how instead of Silver Surfer saying that Thanos was coming, they had Hulk fall from his knee and he said it instead. Yeah. So they could technically have him to where he dies in the movie and that they do their funeral or whatever, but they could have somebody else step up to basically become Black Panther and take that role, so that way they could still continue their stories without having to like rush anything with the sister. Instead of like making her become Black Panther, instead of just like, hey, let me step up and take my brother's spot, they could leave her where she is and it could be someone completely different.
That was one of my guesses, was a surprise recast. I would have the biggest impact in my opinion because I'm sure people are expecting Shuri to take up the mantle. I even went as far as thinking like, hey, maybe they'll find some way to bring back Killmonger because that's not the craziest shit Marvel movie has fucking done.
At the end.
You know what I mean?
Here's the thing, like I stared at that ass a little bit.
So did
too
I.
long. I don't know about you. I was like, whose ass?
I was like, that's
is
a man's ass.
I really hope it's M'Baku, but I mean, I really love M'Baku's character.
I don't know. I feel like he has a big ass.
Well,
he's a little thick.
We paused it and we were like, what do you think? I
was like,
is that black girl?
Those male cheeks.
Yeah.
Well, I stare. Whose ass is that? Leave it in the comments. Let us know.
Whose ass do you think it is?
And it's great though because what Marvel kind of did, and it was the waters were super muddy this year on like what your direction was. Like multiverse was everywhere, and admittedly, I was getting a little tired of it for a minute because I didn't know what direction it was going in. And now
oh no, we guessed it. We guessed right, man.
Oh yeah, Secret Wars is fucking happening, and the cool thing is they like reverse engineered the Illuminati. They gave us the Illuminati first, and now they're going backwards as to how I think it's going to be introduced in 616.
Yeah,
Namor's a part of the Illuminati. Black Panther's a part of the Illuminati. Reed Richards is a part. They've mentioned mutants. Namor is a mutant.
Yeah.
Like X-Men is happening, guys. I'm calling it. X-Men is happening very soon.
We're gonna have it. You think it's gonna happen before Secret Wars?
Yes, it has to.
Oh, that'd be. Ooh.
So he was mentioning that. Wait,
wow. But why wouldn't they put that in the list of?
Because this is the San Diego Comic Convention. Mm-hmm. Disney has its own thing that happens in September, the D23. It's their shit. The reason why they haven't been at the San Diego Comic Convention for a few years, the pandemic hurt them. But quite arguably, they don't need the San Diego Comic Convention.
Yeah, that's more of a fan service.
Even if they don't mention it, like if they don't mention it there, then realistically, this could be something that next year at the Comic Con next year they can.
I don't even think it's that.
Do another big release.
Yeah,
that
honestly,
one of the
it's not to like what.
Oh, you thought
because they still have plenty of time.
I don't think it's that at all. I think they're saving their best shit for their own in-house show, which is
absolutely
in September. We're going to get stuff that this was mind blowing, and we've only talked about Black Panther so far.
One thing that we saw.
D23 is going to make this look, I mean, if not the same, like smaller. Like it's going to be bigger. And I think you're going to get cast. You're going to see who's who. People want John Krasinski. Maybe he'll show up. Please let him show up.
I keep seeing in our group chat, y'all talk about D23.
Yeah.
And I have not Googled it.
But you're like Mighty Ducks.
That's exactly what I'm like.
It's just Disney's convention. That you're going to see probably Star Wars, Disney stuff.
Yeah,
it's going to be big.
Deadpool, maybe?
I'm really thinking.
Have y'all watched Deadpool since they've put rated R movies on Disney Plus?
No. I mean, I guess I didn't really need to. It's on Hulu and it's been there.
Yeah, I was going to say, I've been watching it like every day.
But I actually went out of my way to watch it on Disney Plus because I was like, I want them to know rated R movies.
I'm here for it.
Solid idea, you know. Which actually leads me to the next thing about the convention is the Marvel Zombies is going to be rated TVMA, which is their first official like Marvel Studios like rated R series,
as
which
it
is
should.
As
it should.
So many people were pissed about it. Parents were like, "Oh my god, y'all really gonna put that on Disney Plus?" Like it was a big thing.
Like,
but screw that, dude.
Yeah.
Marvel Zombies is one I have read, and it's fucking amazing and violent, and there's death everywhere. I think the Silver Surfer gets ate the fuck up too. Cosmic ass zombies. Like what the fuck? It's awesome.
I'm hoping we get like a Deadpool kills the MCU.
Oh my god, I hope so.
Yeah. I really, I can't remember if it's part 2 or part 3 of Marvel Zombies, but there's like a run where I think it's Robot Man. Correct me if I'm wrong, but he takes over and he does like a whole Ash thing from Evil Dead. When he has Jocasta, Ultron's like, girlfriend, along him the whole side, and he's just kicking ass. And he's taking on every hero. Deadpool comes along, like it's amazing.
Can Deadpool be turned into a zombie?
I feel like no, because if he can't, Deadpool can't get cancer. Kind of defeats.
Well, he does have cancer,
but I mean,
but his body's healed.
Yeah, it's healing.
Okay,
he almost died in Deadpool 2 though when they had the thing on his neck.
That's
but
true.
I feel like without like a power dampener or anything like that, I don't think you could make a zombie Deadpool.
They could easily just put a power dampener on him and they'd be like.
But the zombies aren't the zombies in that show aren't like intelligent.
It's so cool.
It would just have to be like a random situation where he has that on.
And there is like a random situation in the Marvel Zombies run. It's just his head. He's traveling with
they do love
zombie,
their heads.
And he's on like a sailboat or something, like a piece of wood.
I do feel like
together.
Deadpool Kills the Universe, is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Would be the perfect way to be like, there's zombies now.
or if they, after they do like the zombie one, I know it's going to be successful because let's be real, like,
we love
like zombies and Marvel, I'm in. But it'd be cool if they did a series that was similar to the What If series, but it was the blank kills the Marvel Universe kind of, because they have Wolverine kills the Marvel Universe. They have
Hulk, Punisher.
There's a few versions of it, and it'd be kind of cool to see it animated into something awesome.
I was looking at the list of things, and we'll get to a lot of them soon, but a lot of those were series, and I told Crystal that if Disney Plus and the platform they have now existed at the beginning of the MCU, the Thanos, the Infinity Saga would have been half the time too. And I've read a little bit that people are like, oh, well, we're rushing what's been now named the Multiverse Saga. I don't think we're rushing it at all. I think they're just being smart about piloting it through shows and not making everything be a movie and spaced out.
Yeah.
I didn't need a year between. Well, nobody wanted the year between Infinity War and Endgame. You still would have gone to see them both immediately.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But so them doing this 6 months apart is just nuts. And what the 6 months apart is the last 2 movies in Phase 6, the end of this current saga, is going to be Avengers: The Kang Dynasty and Avengers: Secret Wars. And we've talked about Secret Wars plenty, and I can't believe it's finally happening. It's big. I mean, I can believe it, but I'm happy it's announced. It's official. We could say it without being like, I hope they do it.
Get to see Battle
But you know what? I hope that they don't. Well, now honestly, they own like almost every character.
I'm alright,
but
Disney, own them all.
I hope we don't have another Civil War situation where it's like Civil
Left
War
out
is
some
huge,
things.
you know, like it had so many characters in it, and then like,
I don't think.
which
it's going
don't
to
get me
be.
wrong, I like Civil War.
Yeah.
The comic book Civil War was literally every character, and you know they all pick sides, and I hope that I don't know, because you gotta think like it has to escalate. It has to be bigger than it was before. And Endgame was huge, like having all those characters on screen. I hope that it's like that, but Secret Wars.
I think that's what they're doing. They're
Yeah.
like with Fantastic Four. And
Is Fantastic
X-Men.
Four going to be a series or
No, it's a movie.
It's a movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
And a lot of the series are going to be important too that they've talked about, like the Amory Wars, Ironheart.
What is Ironheart? I had a question. about two of
Ironheart
them.
is so Riri Williams, and she was in the trailer. She was the girl that Shuri like high-fived.
Yeah.
That's essentially she's going to be Iron Man's like predecessor. She's super intelligent. I feel like what they're going to do here is they're going to say that they found her through like the outreach program that they had from Wakanda, and in the comic books, Riri's uncle gets shot in like a drive-by, which drives her to steal from MIT and create her own suit, and Tony recognizes that and adopts her essentially kind of to be the next Iron Man.
Yeah.
She's pretty badass.
And she's in Secret Wars too.
Yeah,
she's a big part of Secret Wars.
She's too smart for her school. Like she's getting in trouble.
Yeah, she's
doing
awesome.
like
Yeah, I think they were like she was like a certified genius at like 5.
Good
So
God.
yeah.
Which leads me to a concern I have though, and I mean I just got to say it how I have to say it. I'm concerned that
I know where this is
they're
going.
second generationing to superheroes with a too large an emphasis on being female, and I think it's going to start making some of these female characters seem a little less than what they should.
I didn't know where this was going.
Like, that's just why I kind of don't want Shuri to be Black Panther right now, because I want Riri Williams to steal the show as the female, like, strong character for the next generation of Marvel there.
Okay. Yeah.
And then when you do things like that, you're taking, and again, this could just be me, but I feel like you start overshadowing big characters that have already been named that haven't had their opportunity to be fleshed out. Kate Bishop, God, my brain went blank, and I was
Cassie
listing
Lang.
them all last night. Yeah, Cassie. You have characters that are huge now that we really haven't gotten a lot of emphasis on, and if you keep stacking the deck and having to introduce them, some of them are going to get lost, and I don't want that.
Can't you say that about any new character, though? Not necessarily just women?
Not necessarily, though, because some of these characters have had their... Again, like, let's go back to the Infinity War. They all had their own movies, their own show, their own 10-year buildup. We're getting half that time now. And a lot of them haven't had a lot of their own thing. Hawkeye was great, but Hawkeye wasn't a huge emphasis on Kate Bishop. It was more kind of, like getting Hawkeye out and mentoring in. And honestly, you could say it about any new character. It's just I'm worried about the female aspect, as I want them to shine and not feel like we just stacked the deck against them and now some of them are going to get lost. I want them all to be able to shine, just like any new character. But I don't want it to sound as though I'm against female characters being introduced, because I'm not. I'm against us introducing a ton of new characters with the emphasis of it being female, and then they all don't get to be as badass as I want them to be.
That's very true. Going to, like, if we're transitioning into She-Hulk, because
Yeah.
I'm just so excited.
Might as well.
I mean, I think Jennifer Walters is going to kill it. So excited. We're starting to see, like, in the trailer, they just showed, like, there's heroes coming out of everywhere.
Yeah.
And so this is going to be, like, a stabilizing moment. Like, she's going to have to, I feel like in the show, she's going to have to, like, step up, show her power, put some of these bitches in, like, a chokehold or something, and let them know their place.
I wonder if, you know how they're saying, or it seems like a lot of heroes are coming out of nowhere. I wonder if this is going to be another slight introduction into X-Men.
I feel like it almost has to be like what they did at the end of, spoiler alert, Ms. Marvel. Like, that was the most subtle nuclear bomb that could have been dropped.
Yeah, honestly, like that was a really big moment.
That light music in the background, I missed it the first time. I had to go back and watch it.
I heard it immediately.
As soon as I heard him say mutants, I immediately started looking around, freaking out.
Yeah.
And I read it and I was like, no fucking way. And I went back, but it's too big to ignore.
How they just like threw it in there. I was like,
it's way too big to ignore.
They use the same clip too when Charles rolls in.
Yeah, that's probably why it was so subtle, because I didn't notice that when we were watching Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah. Well,
after
but
the movie, Danny was like, "Did you hear the music?" And I was like, "What?"
I'm not gonna lie, I love that theme song. That theme song is like engraved into my brain.
For nerds.
Like,
No.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like when they're like, and you got some slight mutation. I was like, like I knew it.
I ran outside with my phone. I was like, "Did you hear it?" She goes, "No." I'm like, "We gotta watch it right now." But you've introduced Charles in the 838 universe.
Yeah.
They've already said they're bringing back the X-Men 97, which is the original cartoon series.
Yeah.
They look good too.
Yeah.
They showed images of the
Storm's hairstyle.
Yeah,
it's
they
like a
showed
mohawk.
Yeah.
and it looks similar to the old school style, which is dope.
And then Namor's a mutant. Miss Marvel's a mutant. Mutants are too big right now for them to be like, "Hey, we'll get you next saga."
Yeah.
Like, it's happening.
For sure. And then like, and you know, like all these superheroes are coming out of nowhere. Like, where are they getting their powers? How are they,
I feel like that's because of Wanda still.
And I got to go back to
Wanda?
Wong. I just feel Wong is like he's the new Nick Fury. Like Nick Fury's been up there, and Wong is just coming to all these new superheroes.
Yeah.
He's trying to like figure out. He's like, okay,
which trailer
hold
was
up.
he in? Was it the?
He was in She-Hulk.
He was the She-Hulk.
He was in the She-Hulk one,
It's like, okay, you got powers. Like, holy shit, let me keep up with this.
Yeah.
Like, he's been
I wonder
everywhere.
if She-Hulk is a prequel to Shang-Chi.
No, they're simultaneous, I believe.
Oh, they happen at the same time?
I think that Wong already had Abomination kind of under his control.
That's what I was thinking, too. It was like he was fighting him like in a training style at that street fight place, but...
I was really hoping to see, like...
he also could have like got out of there, because whenever they attacked, like whenever like the Ten Rings attacked them to get like Shang-Chi and his sister and all them, like everybody like fucking dispersed and went everywhere, so there's a pretty good chance that he also.
But they just they left out of the.
Yeah, Wong.
He teleported them, right? Yeah,
I can't remember. That was at the end though. He portals them to Bruce Banner,
He's like,
Captain Marvel.
We got shit to do.
No. I'm talking about like
at the end of Shang-Chi?
Abomination. No, after like
in the middle,
after they fight, they're like, all right, let's go.
All right, come on, let's go.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I remember that happening.
I'm excited about that Abomination being
probably
Tim Roth. Isn't that the name? Because that officially ties in one of my like favorite Marvel movies that nobody ever talks about. The Incredible Hulk is such an awesome movie.
I used to play that game daily.
Man, yeah, it's so good, and I still watch it now. And I'm actually still a little sad that Edward Norton didn't get to keep going.
I'm not gonna lie, I do forget that that's part of MCU.
Yeah.
It was like the first movie I went and saw that I got super hyped. Well, I saw Iron Man, but then I went and saw that one. And when I went to go see like the Hulk, like I was literally like the edge of my seat, and I was like, oh. And like I went with my mom and two of my friends, and it like the movie ended, and I was like, oh my god! And they were like, what the fuck are you doing? And I was like, guys, that was so great.
I mean,
they didn't give a shit.
It's
they
so
didn't
crazy.
It's so sad.
Towards like all the Hulk stuff now. I really hope we get to see Rick Jones, A-Bomb maybe, and we get introduced into Doc Samson. I mean, this is just like a whole new level for Hulks. Abomination. And you got, what is it, Thunderbolt Ross?
I was going to ask about that. What is Thunderbolts?
Thunderbolts?
So I think that's a happy coincidence that it's Thunderbolt versus Thunderbolt Ross. Mm-hmm. I feel like kind of similar with T'Challa and Chadwick Boseman's death. Thunderbolt has passed away. Like that actor is gone. Yeah. So I don't know if that'll be a fun callback to his character. But I don't think they're going to. I don't think he's going to lead this team. Unfortunately, it sucks because he's Red Hulk.
Justin explained that Thunderbolts is basically like Suicide Squad for
Marvel.
Oh, that's what he said. Yeah, I forgot.
And they're ending the Phase 5 with that, right? I'm pretty sure that's what they said.
Phase 5 ends with Thunderbolts.
Yeah.
Yes.
So are they bad?
They're
bad guys that have
anti-heroes.
No, some of them are straight fucking villains.
No, I was gonna say some of them are villains. There's
a big reveal on this run. I think they're going to follow, but they're portrayed as the Thunderbolts, but they're actually an evil team which is super badass. They're I think it's, what is it, the Masters of Evil? That was like the OG team. Like you got Batroc the Leaper.
I was gonna say, look it up.
They're all in disguise.
I can't remember.
Baron Zemo, every single one of them are in disguise as different,
other villains.
So they're doing bad shit, but acting good.
Yeah, pretty much they're taking on
like
missions.
Yeah, I was like, it's almost exactly like Suicide Squad.
I'm with it.
Cool.
But they're later revealed to be.
It's another good thing too with the Thunderbolts is the Thunderbolts had a play in Null, and I'm actually really excited to bring Null back because there was no reveal for it. And I don't think there's going to be, and I'm okay with that because I feel like that's going to be a future saga, if not the next saga.
Would have been so.
It's been a slow burn for Null right now.
They've been throwing stuff in there for
the sword that Gore had, the
Yeah.
sword that Black Knight has, the symbiotes in general having a hive mind. That could happen. I'm happy it hasn't though, and I'm happy that it didn't get introduced.
Like little.
We still need Sony.
They're just little.
We still need
We got
Marvel to buy Sony.
incursions. We got mutants.
Incursions is there's the fact that multiverse, and I didn't get to bring this up when talking about Black Panther earlier, that or maybe I did and I'm just going backwards, but either way,
I'll edit it out.
The multiverse part is interesting because it can play a role in any of these things that we're talking about. And T'Challa, maybe there's a universe where T'Challa loses everything and comes to this universe and hey, I'll wear the Black Panther mantle temporarily or something. There can be more than one. If anything that Multiverse of Madness proved is there's multiple variants of the same exact character strung all across the universe.
Maybe we can.
So there's another Black Panther somewhere else, and he doesn't have to look like ours. He could be wearing the Jaguar-esque suit.
Yeah,
that looked
true.
gold.
That honestly could be like the easiest way to do it.
It'd be the simplest way to do it.
I think Loki set that up pretty well. Like
Loki 2's
because they either can look. Yes. I'm excited to see where that leads because honestly, Loki.
Because at the end of that, what the fuck was happening?
Yeah, that's just gonna push us more into everything that's leading up to the Kang Dynasty because of the fact that that's
who they're fucking with. Yeah,
boy, I cannot wait for the Kang Dynasty movie, but at the same, I can't wait for Quantumania.
Yeah, I mean,
Quantumania is going to be tied in with Loki and all of that too because of they basically have mentioned that the quantum realm was also like where the TVA and stuff.
Yeah,
is, right?
I know we're gonna get Squadron Supreme, which is just amazing. In my opinion, one of the most underrated teams. You got Hyperion leading that. He's like pretty much Superman.
Okay.
Okay. Marvel's Superman.
What is Echo?
What is Echo?
You've met Echo. She's the girl that's hearing impaired in Hawkeye.
I was gonna say, did you watch Hawkeye? I was gonna say, I don't think you've seen it.
No, I gotta watch Miss Marvel.
She was the one that thought that Hawkeye killed her brother, and she was trying to fight Hawkeye the whole time.
But he did kill her brother, right?
Did he? He may have. I forgot.
He did. Yeah,
but that's Echo.
So she's a villain? Is that a good person?
It's her dad.
Yeah. She's
a good person.
She's a badass.
She has her own show coming out, and that's going to introduce all the ground heroes. I feel we got a lot of news that just came from Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Daredevil.
It's safe to say all those are coming back, and I feel like that the writing was on the wall for that.
That
one.
would be perfect if she introduced.
I remember those shows. I thought they were fucking done.
They were no. The thing is
they were done for Netflix.
Netflix got the rights to them, but that's before Disney announced their own streaming service. Once Disney announced their own streaming service, it was dumb to let Netflix keep them.
Yeah.
So they canceled them, and I've been screaming at people, "Don't worry, they're all coming back."
And so far, it's just been Finn Jones that has been definitely confirmed that he's not coming back as Iron Fist. Yeah,
I mean that makes sense. Nobody really cared for him much as Iron Fist, anyways. I didn't mind him.
I liked him as
Iron Fist. I thought it was cool. So someone else is going to replace him then?
Yeah, that's the only one that got confirmed so far.
I feel like John Barenthal's a fan
favorite.
But
there's still time too, to confirm him into it.
Did I say anything about the Punisher?
Again, that's what I was just saying. John Barenthal. It's almost too obvious to bring him back.
I like him.
I would love it.
Yeah.
He has said that he's coming back as Daredevil. Yeah.
I feel like all the casting honestly has been really good in those shows, and they were super gritty. And I think that Marvel was also waiting, and Disney too was waiting for a period where they could release more, mature content,
grittier stuff.
Because those shows, you put them on Disney Plus right now, and they need to come with that warning. There's a lot there that kids themselves shouldn't really be watching with these shows.
Daredevil beat that ass.
I mean, if you're gonna stay true to the comics, like the comics are mature.
Some of them are nuts.
I don't think parents understand that.
Some of the misunderstanding I think people have with Disney is that it's for kids and that it's children.
You hear Disney and you
we
think
grew up with
Tinkerbell
kid
and
movies
shit.
from Disney, like Moana and Mulan and
Listen,
Hercules
one of my
and
first introductions was Bambi. and they killed his mom in the first few minutes. These kids can handle Daredevil punching a dude in the face like 7 times.
And we already have a story built up with Daredevil too, so it's cool to see us jumping into something. I think with the Echo series, they might be following the Mayor Fisk story arc. Where,
they insinuated that she killed him at the end of Hawkeye,
but they also announced that D'Onofrio's
like
coming
in the
back
comics
for the Daredevil show.
Yeah, so I'm a little confused about that.
I feel like they also left it to where it's like, wait, did she actually kill him? Is he still alive? Like there's a way that he survived.
It's gonna be one of those things where she shot next
comic
to his
books,
face.
Nobody's ever dead.
Yeah.
Can we also talk about Echo for like 2 seconds? Because the fact that the character who like plays her, or the actor that plays her, like she's like legit like deaf.
Yeah.
And they like made a point for other cast members to learn like how to use
awesome.
sign language to be able to like communicate
Jeremy
with her.
Renner
like
learned
that was
like
so
basic
beautiful.
sign language. I think so did.
She's one of those actors that like kind of like, I don't remember who the fuck we saw at Comic-Con like a few years ago. They just like found him on the street. They're like, you look like a gangster. Like, we'll hire you. He was in like all the Fast and Furious.
Oh, the guy that they say he's always in like Hector or something.
Yes, yeah, him.
Yeah,
she's one of those ones. That same situation. They were like, you don't have to be a trained actor, but we want someone who actually
looks the part.
Deaf.
Yeah, like we're gonna go out and find that typecast.
They just were like, we want to find someone.
They did
who,
that
like,
with Terminator as well. The kid
is actually deaf.
Yeah,
and she turned out to be amazing.
Dope.
She's so badass.
Her character
So
was really
dope.
Leads me to believe.
You have to watch it.
I'm going to like that. I gotta watch Mrs. Marvel. I gotta watch Hawkeye.
Hawkeye.
Wait, she's badass.
Secret Invasion. Explain, Fabian. Now.
Oh shit!
I'm looking at the list too.
So as
for
far
which
as
one?
like
Secret Invasion.
Oh, okay.
So-
Oh, yeah. Supposedly there was a trailer for that they haven't released.
They'll probably get that with.
Hopefully by the time that we're putting this episode out.
Hopefully by the time I walk out this room, it's up.
Goddamn right.
As far as like MCU goes, what we've been shown is like Nick Fury's been in space. So obviously, it was shown, I think, at the end of
Spider-Man, the second one.
2?
Yeah, Spider-Man 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
That it was he was replaced by one of the Skrulls.
Yeah.
On Earth. So we're gonna get to see basically.
They even show him up in space and give him end credit. Yeah.
I think there was even like a rumor that he's been down there the whole time, like the Skrull has.
I thought that's kind of how it looked to me. Is that he's been there in place of Nick Fury, but not without Nick Fury's knowledge.
So realistically, Nick Fury, the actual Nick Fury, was only on Earth for like I think the end of Avengers, the first movie, which is crazy to think about.
He was probably like, "Fuck, this shit's crazy. Take me out."
Like,
and I think Secret Invasion is going to have a lot with Miss Marvel in the new movie, the Marvels that are coming out. It's Skrull versus Kree, right?
Yes.
So we've kind of been seeing that, with the first Captain Marvel
like the
movie.
Boxer?
Yes, Creed. No,
I'm like, I want to put it past Marvel to be like,
give me Michael B. Jordan. I'm down.
But the way Secret Invasion opens in the comics is really cool. It's like Elektra versus Echo. Echo ends up killing Elektra,
I
and
didn't even think about that because I never finished.
the Switch.
I was gonna say I never finished Daredevil. And I
Can't
was
wait
like,
for that
didn't they
edit
mention
moment.
like Elektra in like one of the last seasons of Daredevil or something like that, or like in the second season?
wait.
I'm confused by what
Well,
just
yeah, what
happened.
did-
she said a lot of words, and I'm not sure I understood half
I
of
told
them.
you guys I'm not medicated today.
Girl, you cut me off for that.
Damn.
Because I was like, wait, because I was like, I didn't think about Elektra because I was like, wait, where's she at? Where did we get her?
I heard
Elektra
also,
was in Daredevil.
Yeah,
Yeah, she's already in
Okay,
Daredevil. Yeah,
I missed all that.
I think
That
they're
information.
gonna end up replacing her as well.
Well, Charlie
But-
Cox has even said that this isn't a continuation series. This is a new beginning.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a possibility.
For
we'll
Daredevil?
see. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Well,
So
they
it
may
could
not
be
even
multiverse.
reference.
Could
Yeah.
be multiverse.
That's why I think we're getting the
Explain-
cool yellow and red suit.
So I don't have to go finish anything that was on Netflix.
I mean, you
It's
probably
no longer there.
you
should.
should.
They'll probably have Easter
'Cause it's
eggs.
dope.
You know how they
Yeah.
do.
It is good, but I
So
guarantee you'll
close.
find out at the end of She-Hulk if you should or not.
Okay, but anyways, I'm so sorry.
No, you're good.
Am I?
Echo killed Elektra, and then
So yeah, she was killing Crystal, and after that, it's pretty much like a manhunt. Like for the Skrulls, they're like, "Holy shit!" Elektra turned green as soon as she died. They're like, "That's not Elektra."
That's an alien.
And so they start thinking, they're like, "How many of these Skrulls, Super Skrulls, is what you find out, but how many of these Skrulls have replaced the heroes?
And they're all over the place, man. Exactly. They're in the X-Men. Like,
so are they evil as
these
fuck
aliens
or something?
out of my country?
Super Skrulls are. Super Skrulls are what we haven't been introduced yet, but we've been introduced to Skrulls.
How strong are they in comparison to other
They could pretty much take
your body and all
any
the powers
superhero's power.
So they could take like over Thanos or something if they want.
Where have we seen Skrulls before?
Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel.
And Spider-Man.
Oh, those are the bad guys.
The guys that like turn
but
green.
they're not.
Okay.
They're
Skrulls
not
are
bad
not the bad guys.
Skrulls good.
Skrulls, we
Super
thought they were
Skrulls
bad.
Yeah,
So
Skrulls are
can
bad.
they take
The
over like
Skrulls-
Miss
Okay, let me Google it.
Captain? Could they take over
I just seen
Captain
an
Marvel?
No.
Are
So
those
they
the
can-
ones that we
holy
thought were
shit.
bad and it turns out they weren't
Yes.
bad?
Yeah.
Okay. I vaguely, it's
Skrulls
been a while.
And Super Skrulls. So
Yeah.
Super is bad.
Yes.
That one's going to be intense because it's going to essentially turn into a manhunt for like all heroes are going to be on notice.
Yeah, they're like turning
we're gonna-
against each other. They're like,
Oh, it's gonna be like some
Hold up.
mind fuckery shit because they're gonna try to stay hidden too, right?
Yeah. So
What's your end goal in that?
man, as far as the MCU goes, like it's kind of hard
Comic
to
book.
see. Okay, well with comics, you have like a whole. We haven't been introduced to a lot of these people yet. They've been announced, but as far as the end goal goes, I think we end up leading into what is it, standoff, or where we're at now, time runs out, which we've been seeing a lot of stories pulled from Jonathan Hickman's run. It pretty much leads into a predecessor for Secret Wars. Try saying that.
Secret Wars.
I can't wait till that movie comes out. We have to be like Secret
Hell
Wars,
yeah.
Secret Wars.
So are they trying to take over something? I'm confused.
I mean,
it's just-
probably. I'm. That's what I'm thinking. Is I mean, most alien lives are trying to like take over. You know, most worlds and stuff like that. Like, I think domination is like the main.
That's actually the goal.
Kind of switching gears and going back to other things they pulled out. Blade's going to be a fucking movie.
Yeah.
It's about
Blade.
fucking time.
They
like,
did say
good.
Movie.
Hell
It
yeah.
says
Nice.
in theaters November 3rd, 2023.
What do y'all know about
It
that?
must be my
That
birthday.
he hunts vampires.
Hopefully
Yeah.
it's just a reboot.
I
because
don't
that
think
means-
they've given us
No,
anything.
it's a full reboot. They're not. Wesley Snipes doesn't
Not
exist in the
gonna be in
MCU.
it.
That dude would not even open his eyes when they filmed the third movie.
I
And
didn't
they had
know
a
that
CGI
until somebody
in his
pointed
eyes.
it out.
Look that up if you have
It's
not.
so
No, don't
gross.
even worry about it. It's
Wild.
right here. Yeah, those aren't his eyes. They are CGI'd on his face.
Dude, I think it'll be a dope movie though. Like I remember watching Blade when I was younger, and I was
love
like,
those movies,
It was
but-
fucking awesome. The blood ray or whatever, and he's just in there, and they're like, "Oh yeah, happy death." Everyone starts getting fucked up except the random. Wasn't there like a random human in there?
There was one human in there, yeah.
And he just-
was
Yeah,
just
because they were
like-
familiars.
Yeah, that was.
And it was like the like weird blood rave scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
fucking dope. I was like, "This is pretty sick," and I didn't even know it was like a Marvel movie. I didn't know Blade was
technically-
part of Marvel.
Oh,
it
okay.
it kind of saved Marvel and kind of helped create like
It did.
domino
There's-
affected, butterfly affected what the
the
MCU
X-Men,
became.
right?
There's
yeah.
a whole like YouTube video that explains like how Blade like saved the whole MCU.
Wesley
and
Snipes got as
it's
far as to tell them that
fucking
he
wild.
deserves like a fucking Medal of Honor for it. He's like, I saved superhero movies.
Yeah, but he didn't pay his taxes. like,
They'd have given it to him, but instead they gave it to the IRS.
So, is he actually a big component of any of these things coming out, like
Midnight
Blade
Suns.
itself?
So I think, yeah, exactly. Midnight Suns is what we're gonna end up with. We got Ghost Rider that still needs to come out. We've been introduced into Moon Knight, of course. I think they're gonna make up their own kind of Midnight Suns run.
Yeah, I think they're definitely
It's
going
just,
to because there's some characters you just can't put in them right now.
Yeah,
they're
exactly.
too tied up. Spider-Man being one of them for a period.
What is
Yeah.
Midnight Suns? I don't know what that is.
Like a darker, more I guess supernatural-esque. Would you say?
They handle all the
Team?
all the like stuff that relates to demons, like all the supernatural.
Wolverine's in Midnight Suns for a period.
they just need that muscle a little bit, you know?
That sounds cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think it's gonna be dope. Because that's kind of what was happening at the end of Eternals, right? With the Black Knight.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that.
Because that was Blade's voice that tells him, like, you sure you want to do that?
That was murder.
Yeah, that
The
was-
sad thing about that for me is that means I have to wait another full fucking year for something Blade related. Though I wanted Blade like next week.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Maybe it's because I
are you
love
laughing
Wes-
at? You just did.
Wesley. Will you just
What
write
are
me
you-
back?
Your Blade impression was a Sling Blade voice.
Oh, that's great. I'm sad I
All
didn't
right,
catch
well.
that. I'm going to kind of take it away from Marvel a little bit.
Yeah,
because let's be honest.
There's so much. They threw down. They threw down.
They announced live action Disney reboots for both Lilo and Stitch and Hercules.
Live action
for
Lilo and Stitch.
I didn't even see that.
Where are they gonna find a live alien like that?
I know, right? Those things don't even exist. Honestly,
so cute.
TikTok yesterday, there was a guy that was there, and he was talking about a lot of the panels that he went to, and 2 of the live action adaptations were Hercules and Lilo and Stitch.
Is Hercules gonna? Is it gonna be a musical though?
Yeah, I feel like that
I love Hercules.
They mentioned something about the music, so I don't know, but I hope so.
I don't know.
Hercules is
we
like
entered
Hercules
Alice's
is like her
domain.
favorite.
I fucking love it.
Yeah. I have a feeling, and it would make sense for them to do it like they did Mulan, where there's not music involved, because.
But they've tried that already.
I know. Well, that's where
with The
that was
Rock.
my kind of caveat. Was like, people got pissed that like the classic.
Man, I love
Mulan,
the Mulan live action.
Yeah.
Things can't be the
I
same.
loved the live action. Yeah.
But also Aladdin.
But people were upset that there was not that music in it.
Well, and I think.
But I was like, it makes sense though. Like this is the story. Like they're telling the story.
Like, do you sing in your real life every day?
Yeah.
For real, like there's a battle going on. Let me sing.
How to do full musicals.
I think it could work either way.
Yeah, because
Right.
Aladdin was the
true.
live action and a musical. I mean, you can do it.
I'm not gonna keep forgetting they made a live action Aladdin.
I don't know.
I liked
could
it.
see. I could understand either way. I would be.
They've
thrilled
tried-
If the
Yeah,
music
give me
was
live
in
action muses. Like, finally get Beyonce to sing a song and not in Lion King.
I was gonna say we don't need that.
Not-
Based
not-
on the
not
Lion
Lion
King
King.
music, we're
Tell me she
fine.
would
Not
make
about
perfect
Lion
head
She's
of
back
muses.
though. She's out here
Who was
making
weird.
music.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
You can't break my soul.
I could see it going either way.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be mad either way. Like I love the music and I would love to see that. But I would be like, I get it. If
It'd be
there's
dope
not
if they
music.
do singing. Like Hercules is one I enjoyed the singing.
Yeah, I
and that
love
actually,
music.
like it was
Yeah.
kind of dope.
I'm waiting for just a badass live action Lilo and Stitch. Admittedly, I'm not a huge Lilo and Stitch fan,
That
but
one
seeing
is-
Lilo and Stitch like
I'm a little weird.
brought up and like,
Yeah,
oh,
it's just
man.
Yeah.
It's
I'm on the fence on that one.
Make it outlandish. I don't
Blue
give a shit. It can be fun.
Yeah.
Like we can do like Detective Pikachu. I know this has
Yeah,
nothing to do with that.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
The
But
animation on that had no
CGI
business
animation.
looking that good.
Yeah,
You
I was
do
like,
that.
God
It's
damn.
Sonic.
impossible.
Like
Sonic,
Sonic,
yeah.
You can bring both worlds together. and
DC
it- yeah.
dropped some pretty good, some heaters.
What did y'all see for DC? Because I'll be quite honest, I didn't see shit about DC.
Yeah,
it was
me
Marvel,
either.
Marvel,
So
and then more
Marvel
Marvel.
definitely stole the
Shazam.
show, but
They dropped Shazam
Oh, I
trailer
keep forgetting
finally
Shazam is DC.
because it's so
I'm like, that's Marvel.
because it's comedic and
'Cause
pretty
it's
good. Yeah.
I don't know, man. I'm a little sad that we keep on doing these like kid Shazams, like Shazam family.
Well, Shazam is a kid though.
No, I meant like the Shazam family, not just Billy
Oh,
Batson.
You know what?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I think this is probably the last.
I think
we're,
so,
We're
too.
gonna get some kind of.
I think that
ending.
it's going to turn into just Billy at the end of this movie, where there's
Probably.
only one Shazam here.
It does seem like in the trailer, it seems like he's kind of in this weird rut where he feels like he's not contributing. And
Oh,
I think
yeah.
it's gonna get to the point where he's like gonna have to
Take it all back,
take the
or-
mantle
Like, rise
and
above
show
it.
why he's gonna be the leader of them.
yeah.
yeah.
I was just
Find
like
himself.
really. Me and Crystal were just watching it, but we were kind of like, who the fuck are those villains? Like,
Yeah.
I thought they were gonna do a thing with the new gods, like introduce Granny Goodness or something, but it's Hespera, and we got Calypso, played by Lucy Liu. Shout out Lucy.
Oh shit!
Oh,
Yeah, that sounds
I
exciting.
didn't even-
But
Yeah,
I
she
watched it on the phone. I was like at the gym while I was watching it, so I was like in between sets, and I was like, "Oh shit, that was a
looks
quick."
dope.
And then I looked around, I was like, "Oh shit, I should probably lift weights."
I love her so
Yeah.
much. I think she also has done work with Marvel, like she co-produced for Luke Cage. So
Yeah.
she's
Oh,
been
wow,
around
that's
for a
cool.
while.
And
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
they also dropped another trailer for Black Adam,
Man, Hawkman in that movie looks
and does
so
look
good.
it looks
I didn't
solid.
get to watch that trailer.
It looks. I've been kind of like again on the fence. It's DC, so
I
I
stay
can
on the
only
fence
be
with
I
DC.
can only be so excited with DC. And honestly, The Rock has been working on this movie since like 2004 or something like
What?
really long. Like I don't know if that's right. I don't
I
know if
know
y'all
it's
want
been
to
at
Google
least
it.
like
Crazy.
2015 on,
but it was early 2000s that he's been working on this. Like he got casted super early for it, and then he was like,
dream role.
yeah.
right?
Wonder if
and-
that's why he's been bulking up. So like the transition
Yeah,
to Rock
yeah,
has
slowly,
purely
like-
been for Black Adam.
Yeah.
You
He's
can't
like,
do it yet.
I'm gonna be fucking ripped for Black Adam.
Yeah.
Like, you ready to record?
I'm gonna need an Imagine. Can you give me an Imagine?
Imagine.
That was
We had
beautiful.
just got out of Thor. We just got done seeing Thor.
Sad day.
Love and Thunder.
Sad day for y'all. I liked it.
I heard someone say in the distance, man, what's going to revamp this for us? What's going to save it?
Not Thor.
I looked up and I heard a ah, and I saw the Black Adam image sitting right there.
Wait.
Yeah.
I said, God damn, I really hope this movie does it, and I think it is.
But you revamp like what though?
Yeah, I'm like, what?
This we're gonna.
Because I was like,
we're in a
that's
stalemate.
two different worlds.
Yeah,
we
exactly.
thought,
I'm glad you said that because I was like, what the fuck?
in the
Where are
real
you going
world,
with
guys.
this?
In the real world.
You wasted an Imagine on that?
No, listen,
Yeah.
listen.
Let this man finish his thoughts.
we're at this stalemate right now. We were just talking about how these movies are getting too kiddish, too childish. I mean, at least with the stories they're taking.
No,
you
yes.
know?
Okay.
So-
Okay, you're just saying like superhero movies in general.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Okay.
so, like, this would just be like an actual shift for DC to lead it with the JSA. I mean, the Justice Society of America. They were focusing on Dr. Fate in this movie too, which is
Dr.
he looks
Pierce Bronson
sick.
looks great as Dr. Fate.
Exactly. Oh my
God,
god,
he looks good.
I hope I'm that handsome when I'm his age.
I'm that handsome
yeah.
right now.
I want to be handsome at his age though.
Oh.
Yeah.
You
I
will
mean,
be.
I really hope
60.
I don't know.
I'm really bad at gauging ages.
He's still technically James Bond.
I really hope we
like,
get to
I'm
see more of those
45.
characters from the JSA, but
Am I going crazy, or did they show Flash in the beginning of either Shazam or...
I thought I
It was
saw him
Shazam.
too.
Yeah.
They did, but the trailer was him talking about how there's other heroes with one hero has a red suit with a lightning bolt on it, and then
Okay.
Jason Momoa, Aquaman is like
Oh, he's just like comparing him.
I
very, very
remember
manly.
where I was going with that, though,
Yeah.
and this was thanks to another video on TikTok. Zachary Levi.
Yeah.
you got it.
Somebody asked him if he was going to ever fight Superman. Would like Shazam ever fight Superman? And he was like,
It was,
I
Black
can't tell
Adam.
you this. Like, I can't confirm or deny it, and then winked. So
But-
they're saying that Shazam at some point, without saying it, is going to come up against Superman.
What if
I
Superman
heard
just
that
beat
about
his
Black
ass?
Adam.
I mean, he
For
probably
real?
I
would.
mean, yeah, Black Adam might, but I mean, if Black
The
Adam
Rock,
does...
The Rock, he really loves to get his like cameos in just for. I mean, that would be insane if it was Henry Cavill.
I want Henry Cavill to come back as Superman so bad.
He is a great Superman.
Yeah,
Like
really fucking
And
good.
it was a big deal that I think they even had Ben Affleck Batman in that trailer, even if it was a callback,
Yeah.
because
that's true.
I think it just kind of ties it all back together. Unfortunately, Ezra Miller's still in that trailer, but you know,
And I was gonna say, do we
Flash-
wanna talk
Yeah.
I was
about
gonna say, have we
that?
heard anything else about what they're
Not
gonna
gonna
do
lie.
after
They-
that?
They're gonna replace his ass.
I think it's-
Because I know
Obviously,
he's not gonna do any more.
Flashpoint Paradox is going to be the best opportunity they have to do it. And I almost feel like if they're smart, they do it seamlessly, where they don't make a big deal out of it.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
oh, that's him now. Like, deal with it.
Well, I
Yeah.
look different now.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, you do.
he's done
Yes.
fucked up his.
Take
Yeah, he's done some crazy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bye-bye,
I
bro.
watched that trailer and I was like, fuck, it looks good.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. It's really weird. I want to be excited for those movies, but it's kind of like we've all really talked about. It's hard to be excited for something when their product has been subpar for a real
Yeah.
long time.
Yep.
But the
Oh,
Black
yeah.
Adam does look like
Really good.
Visuals look great. Obviously, it's The Rock, and it's like typecast situation.
does
But
feel
honestly,
good.
but it's his character. That character is The Rock. Like he was
Yeah.
meant for that. It's almost like how Ryan Reynolds was meant for Deadpool.
Yeah.
The
I
Rock
knew you were
was
gonna say
to me like.
I'm like, he's
to-
gonna bring up Deadpool.
Yeah. Well, there's so many like actors that are just meant for those
Danny DeVito
roles.
is the Penguin.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh
One of my
God,
favorite roles of all
absolutely.
time. I'm almost guarantee you that the Penguin is actually just acting like Danny DeVito and not the other way around. And he lives in the
Yes.
sewers.
The
of
trash
Gotham.
man.
Yeah. It's all roles, but he goes home and he wipes it all
Yeah.
off and he takes off a prosthetic nose to reveal the long one.
Like in the Batman, I was like, he's alright. Like when you look at the Eiffel Tower and you're like, the one in Paris is better, or the one in
Vegas.
is better.
Yeah.
That's like, what's his face? Colin Farrell.
Oh.
It was
man.
good. Like he did a great job,
great
but it was
job.
just like
Amazing.
You're not Danny DeVito.
something just like I
You're
really
not
just
gross
wanted
enough.
Danny DeVito.
Gross.
He is very
he's
gross.
so nasty.
And I think as of right now, it's to be said that we are still, like, technically, when we recorded this, it's the Sunday, the very last day of the
Yeah.
San Diego Comic-Con. There could still be some things dropping.
Yeah,
Oh,
that-
sure.
like we're
We're
gonna
aware
take our
of.
break and then like
Yeah.
get all kinds of dope ass trailers trailers.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, oh man, I hope so. There's
I'll go to Marvel right now and check.
Ninja Turtles announced that they're going to do an extension of The Last Ronin, which is a big deal for me. They're going kind of doing a prequel. So in that story, he goes off and does his own thing.
And they're doing a Batman and Spawn collaboration.
Dude, that is going to be fucking
collaboration.
I think that's just
Spawn is amazing, dude.
I think that's just going to be a new comic book, though.
Yeah, that's definitely a comic.
Todd
but
McFarlane and I can't remember who's the other guy.
I don't know who the
Eric Capullo or Capullo.
I think it might.
I don't know. Honestly,
You're making words up.
Yeah, you're just
No, I remember reading like a name.
I got that one. I got that one right.
What else did we get?
Agatha,
yeah. Going back to Marvel, I brought it up for like 2 seconds, I think, earlier today.
Excited.
It's going to be a fun series.
What is that even going to have to do?
Did you watch?
No clue, honestly.
I've seen the movie, but her character is mid to me. Quite honestly,
Well,
I don't know her
we're gonna
outside of
learn
it
more
though.
about her.
I thought
Yeah,
like
I
maybe
think-
she's like more.
I'm excited to see what they do with
Yeah.
it because I think everybody's kind of in
because
your
she's
position,
similar.
like we don't
She's similar
know a ton
to
about
Scarlet
her.
Witch.
Yeah, but she
Yeah.
was nowhere near exciting in my opinion. I'm not being. She was a great
That's-
actor, but
that's
I
fair.
didn't feel like.
Well, they didn't focus on her because
Yeah,
it
they
wasn't
didn't give you
about
a lot of
her.
When you
Yeah.
watch that series, though, go back to it and watch it with the emphasis that Agatha's a bad guy.
Then you know,
and
yeah.
it changes the way that the show works because
Yeah.
instead
It
of her
does.
being just another brain dead person that she's taking control of, you start watching it as holy shit, she's acting this entire
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
How is she in the comics? I like that aspect because then I'm like, oh,
Couldn't
there's
tell
more
you.
depth.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say I really don't recall a storyline where she sticks out. So her
Because
character
she's more
might
like
still
a
be
she's
there,
more
but
like a minion.
yeah. I think
The
she's
comics than like a main villain.
I wonder if they're like the actress who plays her. They're
Like,
like,
you just did a
"Shit,
good fucking job."
She's great. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's one
And
of
they're
those
like,
like
we're gonna
core.
just keep going with it.
Do y'all
Yeah.
think it's gonna have some like? Is gonna tie in with anything
Oh, yeah.
else? Like they're gonna have her as a future
I don't
villain,
think
maybe
the
or
MCU
something.
is doing anything without it meaning
Nothing-
something.
yeah.
They've done a really
Yeah.
good
With,
job
like
making it all mean
Mephisto
something.
and like was it?
Oh, I did
What's
see
the other
that. They were supposed to have Mephisto in that show.
Yeah.
And
But
Agatha's?
there's a pretty good chance that maybe that could be what.
Are
part
we
of her
finally
character is
gonna get
there for.
Mephisto?
I think
Yeah.
some of these shows too are purely, and I kind of mentioned it earlier, like piloting to get us characters that would be in big movies without needing to give them their own title movie.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Agatha is going to be fun, I think, because it's going to introduce somebody that matters later without them needing to be a big bad guy.
Yeah.
later.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
I
Kind
think-
of like they did with King, right?
yeah, they introduced Kang and Loki, so that way they didn't have to spend 30 minutes of Quantumania explaining
Exactly.
Kang because now
Okay.
he's already introduced. I think they're going to do the
Yeah.
same thing with
That's
Agatha,
smart. Yeah.
where we've been calling for Mephisto since
Ever.
ever. We thought that he was going to be in WandaVision pulling the strings.
Yeah.
with that.
So give us
Spider-Man.
him.
Multiverse of Madness.
And I think that Marvel's already setting up for the saga beyond the multiverse saga. I feel like they're already planning the next 5-year
God
run.
damn.
And
Jesus.
it's smart of them to do that though. Like there's
Yeah.
so many
They
villains
have
that you
to.
can tie.
Yeah.
and
Oh yeah.
they-
They've created a
They
monster.
still got to buy
They,
Sony.
yeah, it's like they have to do.
so
they have to
we
buy
can do
Sony.
Null properly.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Yeah.
I just
they
keep
have to
thinking
buy
about
it.
how like a few years ago I was like, I want to be an actress, and I was like, if I just could be in the Marvel universe, and then like more
That's
recently I was like, oh, they're running out of characters, and now
Oh
it's
God,
like,
no.
No.
well, I could. It's not too late. I could
Yeah.
still,
Guys, what we
No,
need
we
to
can't
do,
do it.
we
I think
just
I
keep.
told you how Miss Marvel like just got like a casting call to go
Yeah.
like audition, and then they were like,
she's
and now you're
another one
Miss
of those
Marvel.
actors
And
that
I
was like,
Yeah,
oh
Yeah.
yeah,
she is.
Yeah.
Kamala.
Oh my gosh.
They shared a picture of her dressed up as Miss Marvel when she was 15.
Yeah.
And then a shit like right Marvel showed it was like right underneath this her and like how it started versus how it's going.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
hilarious.
yeah.
Marvel character
I love
out
her
there.
so
We're
much.
gonna
Yeah.
find it.
Yeah.
Imani, she has so much to input off the screen. Like she
Yeah.
goes on, she's like,
She's a real Marvel
I
fan
was
that
kinda
got
super
cast in a
excited.
Marvel
That's a
movie.
fangirl through and through, and I love shit like that.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm cool with that. Like Christian Bale had said after playing Gore, he's like, honestly, I've never watched a Marvel movie.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
like,
He's
"What's
like,
up?"
I have
purple
no,
guy with
yeah,
stones.
I have no idea. Like that's cool because it's like, hey, you can act like you know what's going
Yeah.
on. But I want like fully immersed, like Offset. You're reading the comics, trying to figure out what's
Ryan
going
Reynolds.
on.
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds.
He's embodied Deadpool.
I think even
Yes.
they had mentioned at one point, like the X-Men characters when they were originally making the Fox movies, almost made it like a requirement that they read up on the characters they were acting as.
That makes sense.
It does. Like if you're going to play this character, how are you going to be them?
Captain Marvel. She read
Do
all
your
the comics
research.
Yeah,
It's
pretty
important.
before she was before they started filming. So
Just
I mean,
like
it just
anyone
makes
does
sense.
research
Yeah,
whenever
it's,
they're going into any role.
Yeah.
And we just got to get big enough where we can be in a cameo in the background while something's getting
We're
destroyed.
just
New York's getting
podcasting,
destroyed.
and then
We're
our
just fucking
Is
around.
that
Van
Nerd
explodes.
Social Hour in Texas?
What are they doing in New York? Like,
Oh, here comes an incursion.
yeah. I'm gonna bring it back to DC for a minute though, because
Okay.
we've been disrespecting Fabian's heart. Look at him right now.
I know we keep just like cutting him off.
Hey,
We're
Fabian.
Anyway, let's talk about Agatha.
You want to give me some Sandman?
Guys, please do not miss this show. I know there's a lot going on with Marvel right now, and there's going to keep on just flooding us with info and new shows. But if you miss this show, you will be missing out on life. August 5th, The Sandman comes out. I am so excited for
When
this
is
show.
this episode coming
On
out?
Netflix, by the way.
Hold on, I'm trying to see.
Yeah, it's on
Will
Netflix.
this episode be out by that? Yeah, it will. It's the Wednesday before, so it'll be out on Friday. If you're watching on Wednesday, it is out on Friday. And if you're watching this past Friday, then just fucking watch it.
Jesus.
This
You guys so
show
hyped
just
just
has so many elements. I mean, there is literally a story, a character for everybody to love, and you'll just fall in love with the cast. I think they've done a great job so far. I've been watching interviews. Neil Gaiman is really excited. I don't know who the showrunner is, but I know he's had a lot of power to Neil Gaiman, which has been a problem in the past, and that's why we've been waiting 20 years for this. So,
Nice.
20 years.
Yeah.
And now you're on Netflix. I guess Netflix is killing it, though.
I don't know. Netflix has done a really good job lately of like trying to at least make their content a little bit more.
Yeah, like, I mean, pretty solid stuff.
I don't know what the more word I was going for after that, but just more.
More
a little
legit.
more.
A little more.
A little less.
A little more season 2 and a little less one shot.
original.
Yeah.
We never talked about
Brings it-
Guardians.
Yeah, we didn't actually.
We're
I don't
just
think we
like,
know a lot
anyway.
about that other
They
than
haven't,
trailers
yeah, they haven't said
from
much. They
previews.
did put out the Groot, Baby Groot has like a mini
His own
series coming
series,
out
yeah.
on Disney
August
Plus,
5th.
which does look really funny.
August 10th,
It's going to
actually.
be a bunch of shorts.
Yeah.
And then they're supposed
That's
to
cool.
have a Christmas special that's supposed to cover.
So random.
So it is.
random.
They're gonna have a Christmas special
Yep.
that Evan Wright is supposed to cover what happened after Thor left them.
Oh, okay.
That's gonna be
and
funny.
then
Hilarious.
Obviously, we'll have like Guardians 3. So I'm assuming that whatever they did after whatever that Christmas special is, plus this is just gonna be like, hey, they still exist.
They
Guys.
said-
yeah.
Like,
they
don't
said-
forget
yeah.
about them.
They
and
said
then-
that trailer was like one of the more emotional things that people saw when they
Wow.
watched it.
Wow.
Hopefully,
Guardians?
hopefully
Yeah.
soon we'll get to watch it. But like, yeah, that's one that has Guardians hasn't been released.
Did they release one for Captain
Secret
America?
Invasion. No, that
I was
one.
gonna say
I
Captain
think that
America-
one hasn't even
Oh
started
yeah,
yet.
Yeah.
Captain America.
I'm actually excited about that. I wonder how they're going to continue, like where it's going to
Well,
go.
Captain
World
America,
Order.
Sam has a big play in Secret Wars too as Cap. So it's everything here. You just know it's going to lead up to Secret Wars. Like that's their in.
It's nice knowing.
Yeah,
It's nice knowing where we're going.
like I like the end of the road, man.
Yeah.
But
I feel like even with us knowing where we're going, it's like it's not going to take away from anything because of the fact because it's so big that they have to figure out a way to make it to where it like all these movies like line up perfectly
Yeah.
for it while also giving us some part of whatever the original Secret Wars
Yeah.
story is, but also making it their own. And so there's like thousands of ways they can do that with just fucking mind blowing. My
Yeah.
brain has
Yeah.
been like spazzing.
I'm gonna run away from Marvel again though, because there were two things that I forgot about that I feel like are just as exciting. Rings of Power. They aired a new Lord of the Rings trailer.
Oh.
That's
Oh
coming
my
out
God.
soon.
Oh, the
I'm looking at a trailer for National Treasure: Edge of History.
Oh.
That's the
Nick
show,
Cage?
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if Nick Cage is going to be a part of it. I'm pretty sure. I don't. It says titles the main
boy
character
Nick.
Jess Morales. It's played by Lisette Alexis.
Oh,
I'm not gonna lie. I have no idea.
me either, but I'm into
Didn't
it.
they just
Find it
put
out.
that on Disney Plus?
The movies.
The movie, yeah.
Yeah. Dungeons and
Probably leading
Dragons.
into it.
Dungeons
Y'all,
and
it's
Dragons.
the movie
That's
looks
right.
fucking amazing.
D&D.
Chris Pine's the title character. He plays a bard, which is just
Chris
beautiful.
Pine.
Yeah,
I'm
you know
sick of him.
why?
Why?
I'm just tired of seeing him. No,
Tyler,
I
what has
just
he done?
He hasn't done anything since Wonder Woman.
He was in a
Sounds like
trailer
he's
for
wrong.
something recently where he was bad, and I was like,
Bad.
"Fuck you."
I don't remember seeing him in a
Fuck. Hold
trailer.
on. Let me go to
Man,
his
poor
IMDb.
Chris Pine.
Did you
R.I.P.
make
Chris
that
Pine.
up?
No.
But that movie looks great. Playing
Yeah.
Dungeons and Dragons
It does
a
look
lot.
really
There's a ton
sweet.
of really cool call outs.
Oh my god.
Mimic, Gelatinous Cube,
I
Owlbear.
was gonna say that chest thing that I made for your logo is on there.
I'm so excited, man.
Yeah.
It's going to be a ride.
It was fucking Darling, whatever.
I forgot what it's called too. You're right. It's like it looks like a thriller.
Don't worry, Darling.
Yeah, that
that's
looks good.
That's probably what I have a negative taste in my mouth.
He does seem really sketchy on it.
He's a bad guy in that.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
King of the Hill creator says animated sitcom has a very good chance of coming back.
Oh, hell yeah. Let's go.
So the thing is we focus a lot on Marvel.
He's also bringing back Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah, I saw Beavis and Butthead.
Marvel is huge, but this convention covers absolutely everything on the spectrum. Like
House of Dragons?
Yeah, House of Dragons had a trailer. Power Rangers is doing a second crossover with Ninja Turtles.
What?
SpongeBob SquarePants universe is getting a crossover event.
What the hell?
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. They were like, what?
DC seemingly has no plans to make any more Snyderverse movies.
I
talked about that earlier.
I was like, congratulations.
Congratulations.
Lord of the Rings, the Rings of Power new trailer releases the creation of the Balrog, which is really cool if you're a Lord of the Rings fan, because the Balrog essentially got into a big fight with Gandalf, and that was just awesome. I mean, there's so many things that we're not going to be able to cover that we're just going to forget. And
we'll try and post as much of it on Facebook or Instagram. Either one.
Stuff.
2 seasons of a Spider-Man animated series were released freshman year, and then sophomore year already got
talk
greenlit.
about freshman year for a second.
Let's talk about it.
I know Peter's supposed to be like, what is it, interning? Or pretty much Norman Osborn is taking the role of Tony Stark. And so he's under his wing in the show. And I just saw like some stills. I don't know if there's been a trailer dropped. I was completely...
No, there's no trailer.
Okay, cool. I was out the loop over the weekend, but I came back to like everything. I was like, holy shit, what just happened? And they have like, I think there was like a Sinister Six deal, like
I have
a
no
still
clue.
photo.
Really?
Or
I'm not gonna lie to you.
You're right. There was, because they're showing like the list of villains that he's gonna have, and some of it doesn't make sense because they're saying that it's supposed to be canon with like the movies, but honestly, Scorpion was on the list of like villains, but he didn't mention him at all, like when he was fighting Vulture or anything like that.
Well, are we talking about like in the movies?
Yeah.
Scorpion is technically at the end of the first movie.
Yeah.
But that's my problem, and this is a whole other episode and rant we could go on with. One of the big problems that Marvel has on their hands right now is the definitive split between Sony and Marvel with simply Spider-Man. Yeah. Spider-Man is purposely done by Marvel, integrated in all of their big stories. And now with the introduction of Miles Morales being super popular, Ghost Spider being super popular, these characters are going to be on screen soon. There's just no denying it.
Speaking of, we have the Madam Web movie.
Which
I really hope does.
The cast
really well.
so far sounds
there's just, it's massive, and you want to be able to integrate those into the MCU because you kind of have to on a certain level. There's just too much.
That Secret Wars.
It's too integrated, yeah. So Secret Wars would be a perfect opportunity to introduce a symbiote spider.
Yep.
That's
technically where Spider-Man got the black suit first.
Baby. Yeah. So and it's going to be interesting to see with Secret Wars how much source material they go from the original Secret Wars with Doctor Doom and Galactus versus new Secret Wars where it's kind of a different set of superheroes, but still a Secret War. But there's again that problem is just Marvel doesn't have Spider-Man. They can't pull Spider-Man whenever they
just
want.
need to kick and Sony in the nuts and just take
it's
them.
creating a huge problem because some of their movies are tanking. Like Morbius was not great. When they said that they were going to make Craven an animal rights activist.
Morbius.
Yeah, we watched it because it was free and it was awful.
Yeah. But they made Morbius, like, they had a good idea. It's the same thing they do with all their fucking movies. Like, they had a good idea, and then they, like, recorded all of it, and then they were like, oh, we don't have time for that. Just cut that. They'll figure it out. Like they
when I edit this podcast.
It ended up being super fucking choppy.
And I think we talked about our qualms with it with like their end credits scene in a podcast already, but it's messy. Yeah. Craven's going to be an animal rights activist, which is not Craven's character at all. Craven hunts animals. Yeah. He is the hunter.
What was the point of even doing that?
Did they ever do that?
No.
Why would they fucking do that?
Because sometimes Sony is out of touch with source material, and I'm all for taking liberties and doing things and making it your own, but I also feel like you kind of at some point need to make sure you're not necessarily honoring, but remembering your source material, so you don't go too far left and lose fans trying to get new ones.
Because that's so random. Like,
and this could change. I mean, it's what's been read, and that's what they've said.
That's the one I bought when y'all told me we were doing a podcast about it. I like that story a lot.
As
Craven's
Last Hunt. We get Craven's Last Hunt in my lifetime.
But Craven's Last Hunt has to come at a price with Craven being unhinged and crazy and violent.
And perhaps we could get a shift when Marvel or Disney gets the rights.
Eventually, if they get it, it's my biggest want for.
But like,
Disney
then what
to
would
buy
Sony
the world.
have?
Nothing, and that's okay.
No, I know, absolutely. Let them just like focus.
Sony
I was gonna say,
TVs.
just make more PlayStations. Focus
Yeah.
on making.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
we don't need photos of Spider-Man.
We need PS5s right the fuck now.
They have everything.
Still don't have
they
one.
Where's that
need
PS6
at
at?
Best Buy.
But yeah, guys, I'm excited for what's going on, and
A lot of good stuff.
Oh, it's gonna be great. But much like I hope Sony's tenure with Marvel comes to an end, we are also ending this one. It's been fun. I hope that after this releases, we're gonna have even more
exciting
to talk about.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll just catch you next time. Thanks for being here. Follow us on all of our platforms. We are now on YouTube. If you haven't caught an episode yet, just amazing to look at live. So just keep that in mind. And thank you for being with us, guys.
Later.
Oh my God, Chester.